Day going cons, hope you are all safe and healthy. Let's start with our reading comprehension. And the topic is Mr. Pigeon, the postman. Pigeons are very common birds. We see them sitting on rooftops, eating grain, and flying around in groups. They do not seem to do anything useful. But long before, there were no aeroplanes. They carried our first airmail. The pigeon is a strong flyer. It can fly long distances without stopping or resting. The strangest thing about the pigeon is that it always flies back home. You may take a pigeon across mountains and seas, but it always flies back home. That is why they are called homing pigeons or homers. Pigeons have been used to carry messages since very early days. 6,000 years ago, the Egyptians used them to send letters and small parcels. A man called Yaqub ben Kilis used to send cherries to his friend, Caliph Aziz. He would put one cherry in a small bag and tie it to the bird's feet. Once he sent 600 such pigeons to the Caliph. The Chinese also used these carrier pigeons. They were mostly used by traders and businessmen to send messages about the prices of things when the ships arrived. In Greece, the news of the Olympic Games was sent by pigeon post. Sometimes in the old days, sailors took pigeons to sea. If the sailors lost their way, they would set the pigeons free. They hoped the bird would show them the way to land. In modern times, the greatest use of pigeons was during the war between France and Germany. The Germans had blocked the city of Paris on all sides. No one could enter or leave the city, but messages were passed in and out of Paris with the help of pigeons. About 400 postal pigeons were used. They carried into Paris 150,000 official notes and a million private letters. Anyone who wished to send a message to Paris could do so. The letters were collected and sent to a city near Paris. There they were photographed on a very small films. One film could carry more than 20,000 messages. The films were tied to the pigeons which carried them to the main post office in Paris. Later, the letters were shown on a screen, copied and sent to people. Soon the pigeon post became very common. Even governments and armies started using them. A man called Reuter used the pigeon post to carry messages, which he sold to newspapers. The homers were protected by law. If anyone shot a pigeon, he was punished. But there were rewards for people who killed birds attacking homers. Homers can easily fly for 150 miles, but many homers have returned home from even longer distances. No one knows how a homing pigeon finds its way, but we do know that they had been of great help to man. Now, dear Goinkans, answer the following questions. Choose A, B, or C and complete each of the following sentences given below. A. Pigeons are called homers because A. They like to stay at home. B. Wherever they are taken, they always fly back home. C. They have many homes. Second, the first airmail letters were carried by A. Sailors, B. Aeroplanes, C. Pigeons. Third, the Chinese mainly used pigeons. A. To send messages about the prices of things. B. To send parcels to each other. C. At sea to show them the way to land. Fourth, when Paris was closed off on all sides by Germans, pigeons carried into the city A. Food parcels, B. Thick letters tied to their legs, C. Films of the letters. 10th, Ruto used pigeons to carry A. Letters to his wife, B. Messages about the prices of things, C. News messages which were sold to newspapers. Learn words. Given below are the meanings of some words in the passage. Find the words which fit these meanings. First, most unusual. Second, belonging to present times. Third, a piece of news sent to another. Fourth, fired with a gun. Fifth, without any difficulty. Dear Goinkans, if you are not able to solve the comprehension, listen to the audio, watch the video, and try to solve it. Thank you for listening to me.